living of the religious and ethical life और धार्मिक जीवन and spiritual life और आध्यात्मिक जीवन. Now let us discuss about actual living of religious and ethical life और धार्मिक जीवन and the spiritual life और आध्यात्मिक जीवन during student life and youth period. Since it is highly necessary and most profitable, and as it is very much possible as well as easy for our modern students and youth to live the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana during their student life and youth period itself, they should immediately commence living such life in their day-to-day life for their highest welfare and supreme good. In this connection, we will discuss this point in three parts. That is, first one, prerequisite to living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivan and spiritual life or adhyatmika jivan in their day-to-day life. Second, actual living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day life. And third, obstacles likely to be faced or encountered during the course of living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day life and ways to overcome them. Prerequisites in living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana. Our modern students and youth should develop the following prerequisites before actually living the religious and ethical life. That is that dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives. First one, they need to acquire knowledge about the meaning, necessity, importance, manner and benefits of living of religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana during their student life and youth period itself. Second, they need to convince themselves, or in other words, they need to build conviction in their mind about the necessity, importance and benefits of living such a life. Conviction is very important because it will pave the way to take of living such life. Third, they need to create willingness in their mind to live such a life. Like conviction, willingness is also very important because as the oft quoted proverb goes, where there is a will, there is a way. And as such, if they will create willingness in their minds will be positive and permissive. And it will open the doors to live such life, and they can easily find out ways as well as time to live such life. Fourth, they need to develop interest in their mind because interest is the driving force which will propel them to live such a life fully engrossed and with inclination, sincerity and earnestness. Fifth, they need to commence actual living of religious and ethical life or dharmika jivana and spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives. Sixth, they need to continue to live such life throughout their life and with strong determination, firm commitment, high positiveness, great encouragement, utmost sincerity and constant perseverance. Now second point, actual living of the religious and ethical life or dharmika jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana. Now our modern students and youth need to commence actual living of the religious and ethical life or dharmika jivana and spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day student life and youth period itself in the manner as stated. In this connection, our rishis, munis, saints, sages and the great ones say that knowledge is gained without putting the same into actual practice in the day to day life remains merely as theoretical knowledge and is of no real benefit to us. The whole world can guide us, but nobody can practice for us. It is only we who will have to practice the theoretical knowledge ourselves and build our life properly and live the same rightly so that we can ourselves will derive the real benefits in our lives. Without putting the theoretical knowledge into actual practice, we cannot derive the real benefits in our lives. Therefore, we need to practice the theoretical knowledge in our day to day lives. There is no substitute to it. Such practice is also in our greatest interest, highest welfare, and supreme good. Therefore, our modern students and youth need to commence practicing living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day to day student life and youth period itself. They need to continue such living lifelong with strong determination, firm commitment, high positiveness, great encouragement, utmost sincerity, and constant perseverance. Third, the obstacles in living of religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana and ways to overcome them. Our modern students and youth are most likely to face many difficulties and encounter many obstacles during the course of living of religious and ethical life and spiritual life in their day to day lives. Such obstacles may be internal or external. Let us discuss very briefly some main obstacles and ways to face them. First, distraction. Our saints, sages, and the great ones say that during the course of living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmic jivana in their day to day lives, contrary thoughts will come to the mind of students and youth and try to distract and dissuade them from living such a life. This is due to adopting and moving in the wrong path of life for a long period of time and developing undesirable habits in the past in one's life or in one's past so many births. Therefore, now all that the students and youth need to do is to intelligently and wisely do continuous vichara or thinking, always discern the right from the wrong, reject the wrong and accept the right, reaffirm and reassert the right, keep sticking to the right path and to living of such a life forever. Because there is no loss at all in walking on the right path and living such life. Rather, there is gain and gain only. They should also repeatedly think of the gains or benefits which they will derive by walking on the right path and living of such life in their day to day lives, as this will inspire, motivate, and encourage them to keep continuing such living lifelong. Second, temptations. Students' life is a life of self control and study of class lessons or learning of knowledge is an austerity. Living of religious and ethical life and the spiritual life during student life also calls for great self control and utmost austerity. Students need to prosecute their study single mindedly with focused attention and by doing hard labor like performing their spiritual practices or adhyatmika sadhana. This was the phenomenon in the ancient times when students were residing in the centers of learning. Those are known as gurukulas, situated in secluded forests, away from their houses and away from the society. But in the modern times, students reside in their houses and inside the society and attend the schools, colleges, universities for their study. Therefore, they have the scope for enjoying the worldly comforts of life. They have also the independence to live a life of worldly comforts and even luxuries. Many of them indulge in entertainments and enjoy the pleasures of the body, mind, and senses. But the modern students and youth ought not to get allured, attracted, and tempted by the worldly comforts and luxuries of modern life, and the entertainments and the pleasures of the body, mind, and senses. Rather, they ought to exercise utter self restraint and keep themselves aloof from this type of entertainments and enjoyments, and prosecute their studies with single minded, focused attention and wholehearted dedication, as well as live the religious and ethical life and the spiritual life as well, genuinely and with utmost sincerely with their student life and youth period for their highest welfare and supreme good. If they undertake the pains and bear the difficulties caused due to exercising self restraint and undergoing austerities during their student life and youth period, which they can do so because they are in the best state of their physical body and mind during their present student life and youth period, they shall derive great benefits in their later future of life. Therefore, they ought not to get allured, attracted, and tempted by the worldly comforts and luxuries of modern life, and also by the entertainments and pleasures of the body, mind, and senses. Third point is criticism. In course of living the religious and ethical life, dharmic jivana, and spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives, our modern students and youth are most likely to be laughed at, humiliated, criticized by their classmates, friends, members of the family, and others in the society. Their friends may stop keeping company with them or even look down upon them. They do so because they are not aware of the necessity, importance, and the benefits of living of such a religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives. Therefore, our modern students and youth need not get discouraged by such criticism, comments, and wrong dealings, etc. Rather, they ought to continue living the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives with firm conviction, strong determination, utmost patience, high self-motivation, great encouragement, optimistic mind, sense of success, persistence, and perseverance for their own highest welfare and supreme good, and thereby ultimately they will achieve success in their practice and derive immense benefits in their own lives. Fourth point, failures. Further, our modern students and youth are most likely to fail many times during the course of living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives, like meeting frequent failures in life's other fields of activities also, but they need not get discouraged for such failures. Failures are natural. Those are part of life and are inevitable in the life of each and every human being. Before a child is able to walk on his own strength, or before a boy is able to ride a bicycle of his own, he fails many times, but he keeps patience and makes repeated efforts to walk or ride without getting discouraged or without giving up, and ultimately he achieves success. Similarly, our modern students and youth may fail many times, even 101 times, in course of living the religious and ethical life and spiritual life in their day-to-day life, but they need not get discouraged and need not give up. Rather, they should continue to live the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day life with firm conviction, strong determination, great patience, self-motivation, high encouragement, optimistic mind, sense of success, persistence and perseverance for their highest welfare and supreme good, and thereby ultimately they will achieve success in their practice. They should remember that nothing is impossible in the world. Failures are the pillars of success, and practice makes a man perfect. They should also repeatedly think of the gains or benefits which they will derive by living the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day life, because such thinking will inspire, encourage and motivate them to keep continuing the practice for lifelong. Fifth point, unfavorable or adverse circumstances. Human life is not a bed of roses. It is full of thorns. It is full of difficulties and obstacles. It always requires struggling against unfavorable and adverse circumstances. It is like swimming against the current of the river water. It is like sailing the boat in the dark, stormy, tempestuous, and violent sea. Each and everyone has to struggle and proceed ahead boldly amidst all unfavorable and adverse circumstances that come during the day-to-day living. Such circumstances come in the life of each and every human being and make him strong and courageous to face the difficulties and encounter obstacles and march ahead boldly. Like all others, our modern students and youth are most likely to face such difficulties and encounter such obstacles during the course of living of the religious and ethical life and the spiritual life in their day-to-day lives. They need to accept the difficulties and obstacles in right spirit and march ahead in their chosen path wisely, intelligently and boldly for their own highest welfare and supreme good. Thus, our modern students and youth are most likely to face many difficulties and encounter many obstacles during the course of living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives. But they need not get discouraged or disheartened and need not give up. Rather, they need to accept the same in the right spirit, march ahead in their chosen right path of life wisely, intelligently and boldly, and continue to live the religious and ethical life and spiritual life in their day-to-day life with the factors that I am citing now. Physical factors are firm commitment, second total dedication, third focused application, fourth hard labor, fifth unbroken regularity, sixth utmost sincerity, 7 immense patience, 8 constant persistence, 9 indomitable perseverance. Psychological factors, firm conviction, great interest, self-confidence, faith in oneself, strong determination, positive attitude, sense of success, encouragement and self-motivation. Living of the religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana is for their highest welfare and supreme good. Further, our modern students and youth need to ever keep these goals, that is, living of religious and ethical life or dharmic jivana and the spiritual life or adhyatmika jivana in their day-to-day lives, in their mind, and march one step forward every day and keep on such march continuously till the last breath of their lives. They need to keep on practicing. Such continuous practice will bring success in their lives. This is what our saints, sages and the great ones say. Living of the religious and ethical life and the spiritual life in the day-to-day life will definitely go a long way in achieving complete success, true prosperity, permanent happiness and eternal peace in the professional and secular life as well as in spiritual life of modern students and youth. A model daily routine for the modern students. This is very important. Answering the call of nature from 4 a.m. to 4:15 a.m. Asana and pranayama from 4:15 a.m. to 5:15 a.m. Trataka, japa and meditation from 5:15 a.m. to 5:45 a.m. Study of class lessons from 5:45 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. Study of spiritual literature and Bhagavad Gita 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. Preparation for class lessons from 7:45 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. Bath and breakfast 9:15 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then school, college, university hours including lunch 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Games, sports, niskamya karma, etc. from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Then Trataka, Japa and meditation 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Now study of class lessons 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. study hour. Super, that is 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then self-analysis, introspection and spiritual diary 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Japa, Kirtana and prayers from 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sleep at 10 p.m. and get up at 4 a.m. Early to sleep and early to rise is the right way to utilize the time in the best manner and get the maximum physical, mental, psychological, intellectual as well as spiritual benefits. As such, our modern students and youth need to sleep early in the night and get up early in the morning. Swami Sivananda Saraswati says that giving free tuition to poor students or serving the sick persons during intervals will constitute niskamya karma. Also, Swami Sivananda Saraswati says that students and youth should prepare their daily routine, keeping in view their respective individual requirements so that it will suit them and they can easily stick to the same. For acquiring detailed knowledge on this topic, please study the section D on living of dharmic jivana or religious and ethical life and adhyatmika jivana, spiritual life during student life and youth period in volume 16 of the book Youth, Arise, Awake and Adopt the Right Path of Life, written by Swami Sivananda Saraswati and Swami Chidananda Saraswati. Here ends lesson number 22 on living of dharmic jivana or religious and ethical life and adhyatmik jivana or spiritual life during the student and youth period. Oh.